Hey, it's Tuesday. Are you tired of me yet? I can never get tired of you, so hopefully you enjoy coming here. The last week of each month, I'm on more often because I have my paper pumpkin and then my regular Sunday and Tuesday. So, hi, Margaret. Thank you for coming. So we're going to get started in just a couple of minutes, 2 to be exact. Just waiting for people to get on. Here they come. Hi, Maria. So I just flipped on my air conditioner in here and it's making a weird noise, so I turned it back off. Good grief, please don't be broken. Good thing is my son-in-law is the AC guy, so bad thing is he lives and works far away, so I have to wait till he comes down and ask him what's that all about. One more minute. I'm excited about this card, you guys. Of course, I'm still talking about the Tailor Made Tags, but another way to show you how to use them. Other products that work well with them. Hey, Ruby. Oh my goodness, Ruby, what an honor. 3 times in a row. But I just love this fold. I hope you guys do too. I think you will. I think you will. Almost time. Hey, Annie. Hey, did you try those Japanese plums yet? Hope you liked them. Your husband said you tend to like tart items, and they're very, very sweet, so I hope you liked them. I just ate one of our apples a minute ago, and they're super good too, very sweet. All right, it's 2 o'clock. Let's get started. Too hot to do much, yeah. Oh, that's why you're here. It's too hot to do much. Well, I don't care what the reason, I'm just glad you're here. Okay, so we're gonna get started, and I am going to give you a little example of celebration order at the end after I show you the things that, the card that I made and the items that I used. So I'm gonna just turn you down to my desk, and I'm gonna also remind you about the designer series paper that ends, I think it's August 2nd, but I have a flyer, so I'll show you that. Oh, good, I'm glad you enjoyed them, Annie. Okay, so let me turn you down and flip you down. Alexa, turn off, please. And I'm going to warn you, let me see, let me get this a little looser and change it a little bit. I'm going to warn you that my neighbors are getting trees trimmed today, so you might hear sawing and that kind of thing. Let me move. Hi, Karen. Hi, Louise. Wow, I got a lot of people coming back 3 days in a row. I'm honored. Okay, so we all know the routine of this. So just remind you of that. Pinky's behind me today. If you saw her, when you were looking at me, she was behind me. There's my hostess code and information if you need it. Just leave that up for somebody that might need it today. There's our Diane. And you know what? I got to scroll back real quick. Margaret. Okay, Margaret. All right. And then here is the designer series paper flyer I just mentioned. Hey, Debbie. It will end August 2nd. So I just wanted to remind you about the sale in case you haven't had a chance to grab any of the paper yet. There are 9 12 by 12 designer series papers on sale. Beauty of the Earth. Let me get it close so you can see. And it's 11, most of them are $11.50 normally, but they're on sale for $9.78. Bloom Where You Are Planted. Hand penned. Now, In Good Taste is a huge pack, huge. It's with the wood grains and the textures, the wall, the stucco-like looks, those kind of looks. Beautiful paper. Regular $21, on sale for $17.85. In the Wild, Pansy Petals, Sweet Symmetry, Tidings of Christmas, so that'd be good since the holidays are coming up. And today I'm going to use You're a Peach. So that one's on sale too. Okay. And then this is the next thing I'm going to show you is pretty funny. If you're friends with me on Facebook, you already saw it, but I have to tell you, my routine in the morning, I've got a pretty good schedule going now, is I usually get up between 6 and 6:30, and I have a cup of coffee for at least 20 minutes to a half hour, relax, and talk to my husband who's been up for about an hour before me. And then I come straight into my stamp room. My brain is clearest, and I have more creativity first thing in the morning, after my coffee though. And sometimes I come out here barefooted in the summertime. And I did that the other day. And when I went, and then after I'm done with my creating, which is at least an hour, I go out and I water my garden. So I went to put on my garden socks and shoes. And when I put my foot up on the chair to put my sock on, look what was on my toe. I printed out a picture of my foot because I think it's absolutely hilarious. One, how did a pearl get on the top of my foot? I could see if it was upside down and I stepped on it, but it's on the top of my toe and it's stuck there. And everybody's telling me I'm a trendsetter now, that it's actually cute. I was cracking up. So I thought that was pretty funny. And then, so that's that. I know, pretty funny, right? So then we have to pick, I already picked a winner, but of one of these cards, you get to choose, the winner does. Now, I thought I had printed out a winner, and I hadn't. So every now and then, I like to do this, just instead of picking a winner on the random wheel, but this time I did it because I thought I had done that and I hadn't. So the first person that was on today was Margaret. So Margaret, I don't know how to pronounce your last name. I'm going to tear it up. Zumwalt. That is who was the first person on today. So Margaret, when you have a minute, I need your address so I can send you the card that you like, either the little sheep or the boo. And yeah, that's all I need is your address, and then I can send that to you. So and to tell me which one you want. Okay, so congratulations to Margaret. And then yesterday I did the same thing. I forgot to pick a winner for the paper pumpkin prize, and so I did that today. And the winner is Debbie Pine. Congratulations, Debbie. You win all these clear faceted gems this pack. So I'm going to put that behind me. And Debbie and I see each other often, so I will hand her that in person. Okay, so now let's get started with the card. I'm going to tell you the items I used first, and I'm still using this paper, Bedazzling, and it's a free celebration item. But, I have to tell you another funny thing. If you know me well, I kind of waste. I'm not proud of it, but I kind of do that. Not with this paper. See this? I cut out a pumpkin, and then I would normally cut this off with my trimmer and save this square, but I would waste all of this part. Not anymore. Not with these tailored tags that we have and their little reinforcements. See how the reinforcements can fit on every little piece you have, and they just add so much. I know I've told you this 3 or 4 times already, but I wanted to prove to you that I am keeping all my scraps in the package because the reinforcements are small, and you can use that glimmer paper, and it really dresses up the tags and your project. So I use that just for a reinforcement, just right there. And then I use the Detailed Trio Punch. I use the rounded corner and the flower again. I used Calypso Coral and Pear Pizzazz. Both of these colors are in the Soft Subtle family. And the reason I used them is because I used the You're a Peach designer series paper for this product. I use this specific paper, so I'll leave this out. And on the back, I've told you many times that it tells you the colors that are in the paper. So it told me Calypso Coral and Pear Pizzazz. So I grabbed those two colors, and everything looks so nice because it just coordinates perfectly. The other thing it told me is Balmy Blue. So I use Balmy Blue cardstock. Okay. The Pale Papaya in color ribbon works really well with Calypso Coral and this You're a Peach designer series paper. So I'm using that. I use the Sweet as a Peach stamp set, which we have used many times, and we've turned the peaches into cherries. We've turned them into plums. So it's just a super versatile, super, super cute set. And one of my favorite things about it is the font. I love this font right here. I wish I could write like that. Okay. The star of the show, our tags again, the Tailor Made Tags. Let's see if I have on my packet. Page 166 of the annual catalog is where you'll find them. Hey, Terry. And I wanted to tell you that they mix very, very well with this Stitch So Sweetly dies. Most of my customers, probably all of my customers, have the Stitch So Sweetly dies. So I enjoy showing you how items I'm now talking about work well with items you already have. So those are the things I use, plus my cutter and my bone folder and the adhesives, those normal things that come in your kit. Now remember, if you place an order with me in July, you are going to be entered into a drawing to possibly, somebody's going to win one of my favorite ribbons, this new ribbon, the black and white ribbon. I call it Buffalo Check, but it's actually named black and white. So if you haven't placed an order with me yet, you still have some time in the month of July. Okay, so here is the card. Super cute already, but you ain't seen nothing yet. Let's pull the ribbon and untie it. And look at this darling card. Now, what do we love about this card so much? Well, I think that we like the trifold, just like the Paper Pumpkin kit this month was trifold. And that's kind of what reminded me about this card. This is not new, but we get away. I was doing a lot of just regular basic cards just to show you more of stamping techniques and things like that. But the other thing that I know that I love and all my customers love is when you can see both sides of the cards of the designer series paper in one card. So look at how that reinforcement right there on the tags with the bedazzling paper really, really makes the tag stand out. And the Stitch So Sweetly dies, that's these. Well, I'm going to leave this untied for a second because everything's stitched. These, just like the name says, Stitch So Sweetly, scallops, stitched, and a decorative top on this tag just makes everything adorable. When you have it halfway open, the stripes and the coordination of the flowers run smoothly. And then when you open it all the way, you have your stripes running across. So very nice. Now notice I said I used the detailed trio punch. I actually punched out the corner of the paper as well as corner rounded everything. But then I punched out the bedazzling paper again and put it in the holes. So that's just another way to use the bedazzling little scraps. So quite a few ideas here. So let's get started. I don't think I'm going to tie this right now just in case I need to get into it again. So I know I wrote it down. Yeah, let me get you this so you can see. Thank you, Heather. Thank you. Heather is my daughter's name, Heather. So obviously I love that name. So this is the size of the designer series paper that you need to cut and score. And then you need a base card at 5.5 by 4 1/4. So this is my base card, and this is this part here. So the designer series paper is on the base card. So while I have the base card in front of me, let me just go to the trio punch and punch all 4 corners. So what I'm doing is I'm making sure that the pointed corners are in the punch. They have a little guide, and that it's in there. Thank you, Lori. That it's in there well, and then you'll have a nice rounded corner. If you miss, if you're not in the guides well and you miss, you can go back and clean it up. Okay, so there's the rounded edges there. See how that makes the base? Very easy. Okay, we'll put that there. Now we're going to take the designer series paper. It's still in its 12 by 12 state, and I'm going to cut it at 5 1/4. And leave the length 12. So you can get 2 of these cards and then a little piece left over from one sheet of 12 by 12. Then you're going to, you don't have to flip it over. I don't know why I did that, but I did. So you don't have to do that. Then you got to get your cutting blade out of the way, and you're going to score now. So I have the long end at the top and the short end on the 4 of my trimmer, and I am going to score lightly. Now you don't want to press real hard on designer series paper because it is thinner than cardstock, and you could actually rip it if you press too hard when you score. So just give it a little, I'd rather go up and down a few times than give it one hard push. So that was 4, and then we're going to scoot over to 8. Making sure this is along the ledge the whole time, and 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how I like to do it to stay safe. Not press too hard. Okay, so now we're just going to go where the score lines are. I know you can't see them because you're on camera, but I can see them well. So when you're doing this in person, you will see them well. And use your bone folder to make a nice seam. You're going to burnish. And then we're going to come back to the trio punch, and we're going to corner round all the corners again. Now, yes, this is multiple pieces in the tool at one time, but because it's easy to do because it's designer series paper. Now, I wouldn't do multiple pieces of cardstock because cardstock is way thicker and it would probably kill your hand or take a lot of pressure to do it. But with designer series paper, it's not a problem. Okay, and then you have all these little guys left out of the punch, and we just toss those away. What I like about rounding all the corners is when you open up your card, you have this nice little divot here, and I think that looks really, really pretty. Hi, Shirley. Hi, Shelly. Okay, so that is the card to go onto the base. So then we need 2 of the sweetly stitched pieces in the balmy blue color to match the card base. And I'm going to leave this right here in case anybody wants to snapshot it and have these measurements without watching the video again. Okay, and it's the largest of the dies in the set. I'm almost positive, but now that I've said that, I second guess myself, and I don't want to give you wrong information. Yep, the largest one. Okay. And then we need 2 tags. Now for this live, I've already cut everything out because if you have been here Sunday and Monday and again today and the past few weeks, you've seen me cut these out many times, so I treasure your time. So I did that in advance for you. So we're going to take the little reinforcements that I talked about that come in the tags and some glue. And I've learned not to put the glue on the tag because you'll probably get too much. Just squeeze lightly. See that little tiny dots? and then smooth it with the nose of the applicator. And one of my very bad habits, is to forget to use my silicone mat. So I am going to consciously try to get better at that, because the other day I ripped one of the boo cards. I had to fix it because I was working on paper and the glue got on there, and then it, stuck without me knowing, and I ripped something. So the silicone mat will prevent error. So if you have it, use it. Okay, so see how much prettier the tags are? No problem, Margaret, no problem. So look how pretty the tags are instantly. Okay, so now we're going to do some stamping. I am taking the little branches from the Sweet as a Peach stamp set for the first tag, and the Pear Pizzazz ink, and I'm just going to tap that onto my stamp pad. Bring my tag over, use one of the grid lines to make sure it's straight, and stamp this image on my tag. I like to hold it there a second. Pear Pizzazz is a lighter color, and the longer you give the stamp time to the ink to soak into your cardstock, the better your image will be. Okay, so there's that. Then I'm going to come over to the Calypso Coral. And the little peaches. Now this Calypso Coral pad of mine, I think I need a new one. Okay, now each one of the peaches, it's hard to see on camera, but if you get this set, or if you have this set, each one of the peaches has a little divot at the top. So that's where you can tell it is the top, and then they'll fit right on those stems there, where the blank spaces are. So you want to get that little divot in the peach as close to those stems as you can. If it's not perfect, it's okay, but that is it is a problem. Die cutting. Is it a problem? No, it's not. I'll show you. Let me see. I do it from the front side, and I get what you're asking, Ruby, because we've always taught that, like, if you're going to use your trimmer and stuff, and it's a rough paper, you're going to wear out your blade faster. So yes, I would turn the paper over if you're using your trimmer. But on the paper trimmer, on the die cutting machine and with the dies, it was no problem at all. And I prefer having it face up, because when I'm using stitching, I want the stitching to be clearer, to be more prominent, because, well, let me show you here on one. See the back side? That's the bedazzled paper. Oh, there we go. So you can see the stitching, and yeah, you really can't see it anyway, the stitching on this bedazzled. I thought you could see it clearer. I'm mistaken. So I guess it wouldn't matter. But I have been using it face up. It hasn't been a problem at all. Look how stinking, you know what? I've used this set over and over and over, and it's just so stinking cute every single time. I just love it. Okay, so then let's take the little flowers that also come in the set. It's a trio. And I am, did somebody say something about their pad too? It's weird because my Calypso ink pad is not right. Okay, well, who said that? Carol. Let's call Stampin' Up and tell them. They have a record. They know how long ago. I mean, mine are old, but it's the newer type, so I don't know. But I'm going to call them and tell them that you're not happy with that pad, that it's not working right. They're so awesome. They listen. Okay, I'm letting this lighter ink soak in. And notice how this stamp set has lighter and darker highlighting for you anyway. So, oh, so cute. So you don't have to do any coloring or anything. And now here's a little center. I could have stamped off with this flower to make it a little bit lighter, but I didn't. So this is going to be color on color. So the center will be subtle, but not so subtle that you can't even see it. It does make a difference. See, cute, just darling. And then we even have in the set the little tiny leaves for the smaller flowers. Oh, thank you for the hearts. I'm telling you, this card is just so... Remember how I've said, I name my cards. They're either sweet or they're cute or they're elegant, or, you know, this one is just so sweet. Love these little leaves. I don't know what it is about little tiny flowers. I just love them. And then maybe one more there. So cute. And then, can we not always use a hello? I think that's what I did. Yep, that's what I did. Hello just works for anything. So this set has a hello in it. And again, that special font that I just love. Yay, okay. So I think that's it for my stamping. Did I stamp the inside? I don't think I did. Oh, I did. Have a peachy day. Okay, so let me do that. Get it all done. So this piece, normally I do 4 by 5 1/4, but this area is 4, so it's 3 3/4 by 5. So it's cut down just 1/4 inch both ways. But I need to round the corners on this puppy too, so everything matches up well. I remember, you guys all know I've been a demonstrator for 25 years, and I remember when they first got the first corner rounder and Stampin' Up. I was at my manager Deborah's house when she lived in Stockton, and she had an event, and it was out in the backyard. Oh my gosh, I was such a new stamper. Everything I just loved everything. I still do, but I mean, I was like a crazy person. And they did a corner rounder, and you would have thought that was to me, it was better than inventing the light bulb or an airplane, for goodness sakes. I'm like, Ken, look, I can make the corners of my paper round, and it just makes it look so pretty and professional. And he's just looking at me like, darling, you need a life. But it's so fun. I just still love it. So, and then when they came out with this one that has more in it than just the corner rounding, hey, that's just even better. So this other side here, you've got a little oval shape, and you can just, if you have a rectangle piece of paper, you can make it a tag and not even have a tag die or a tag punch, right? So there we go. Look how cute that is. So this goes on the inside. Let me close my stamp pads, because if I get extra ink on this cute card, I will just be sad. You're welcome, Ruby. Okay, so I'm going to put this one down, and this time I am not going to add the sparkly corner like I did here, just for a little bit of difference, so you can decide. I kind of like the soft, subtle stripes showing behind. I do like the sparkle too, so whoever wins this card will get a choice. That will be the difference. That should be the only difference. Place this inside. Let's color the back of this designer series paper. When I get to the corners, you notice I go straight line, and then I go circle, and then I do a big circle like that. So that's just what I do. I always want to work on my surface flat just to prevent any problems. Now, on this card, well, I'm going to do the same thing on this card, but on this card, I put the ribbon across the back. And it just dawned on me that I should have, would I like it better? Because you know how weird I am about the backs of things. I think I would like it better if I put the ribbon on the back of the DSP so the ribbon is coming up between here and not on the back. Too late now, just thought of it, because I looked at the back and went, do I really like that? Well, there's options. Okay. So let's put together these. So I can make the boo-boos. It's not really a boo-boo. I mean, nobody probably has that back fetish like I do. But now you know, and you might want to put the ribbon underneath the DSP instead. Now this one I laid flat because it's going to be on the first inside right here. But this one I'm going to put dimensionals on the tag just for a little bit of lift. You can certainly leave everything flat if you prefer that. Okay. Isn't it weird that I kind of like it when I finish a pack of dimensionals? It's like an accomplishment. Silly. I was like, oh, yay, done with all the edges. Start a new fresh pack. Okay, line up my little scallops on my grid paper. And then place that down in the middle. Okay. So let's put this on. This one's going to be flat. Well, they're both going to be flat. So grid paper, use your grid paper, Bev, otherwise you're going to get crooked. Okay. Open this up. Color this one too. There we go. Okay, now for the ribbon. Isn't it cute, you guys? I just love it. And it's so simple. And you're going to get to see both sides of your designer series paper. So I wrote down the ribbon. Oh, yeah, there it is. Good girl. 19 inches of ribbon. I'm trying to make little improvements. I've never measured in my life, but I know you guys like measurements. So I'm trying to make little improvements. I'm trying to use my silicone mat. I'm trying to measure my ribbon for you guys. And so see how this ribbon has, I'm going to call it an outline. So that's where I'm going to put the glue so you don't see it. I don't want to put it down the middle. Once it'll seep through too much, and you have to be light with it anyway, but I don't want to see it. And so I'm going to put it on the thicker part of the ribbon. But right now, I am just laying it here to see where I need to put the glue, because I can't put glue on too much of it. So I just put it like this. Then I rubbed my hands on here, my finger. And then when I take off the card, there's these little indentations right there. I don't know if you can see them on camera, but I can see them clear as a bell. And then I put the glue within those two little indentations. So I'm not guessing at all, but what I am doing is concentrating that I stay very light with this ribbon, with this glue, and stay within those two little marks that I just made. If you didn't measure like that, if you didn't see where your card, where it folds over your card, pretty much positive you'll go put glue way far too out and you'll have a mess. So we can avoid a mess with that little hint there. You can also let it set up a minute, which I prefer to do, and I'm going to do. I can talk while that sets up. It's just better to do that, and I can show you some other samples. So one of the free items in the Celebration catalog are those cute little sheep, right? Look at Bedazzle and the sheep and that ribbon. Super cute. Gray and black. Love you. Super cute. I just love it. Now this one in the dies, there is a cloud die. So what I did was I cut out the cloud and I used it as a stencil. The cutout, I laid it on here and then with my blending brushes just blended the sky there that way. I love the sun in the dies. Because of the stitching, it just adds, right? And then the crystal effects, can you see on camera? You can see the crystal effects, but I don't think you can really see that it's glittery. So my little sheep have a texture on them of glitter and shimmer and shine. The balloons in the dies are darling. The fence, the grass, and the birthday stamp. So you can make a scene with those. So with a $50 order, you could get the stamps. Another $50 order, you can get the dies. So that's how that works. Okay, so now we're set up here. So I want to bring this ribbon back down and I want to set it. There's my little marked area. Pull this straight. Okay, now it's going to keep my card closed because it's a trifold and the ribbon's going to stay still because I glued it on the back. And I used such light glue on the thicker part, the trim of the ribbon, that there's no seepage there. So you just, oh, that was easy. Manipulate your ribbon. Have a nice back. You don't even know there's glue there, right? How pretty is that? Do you guys like it? Let me know with thumbs ups or hearts. I got a thumbs up. All right. Hallelujah. I just love it. I just think it's a dark. The colors, again, I cannot take the credit. The colors are in the DSP, so that tells you what color inks to use. They're both, the ones I used are both in the soft subtle, so they're in the same family. But now, since celebration is coming up, I want to give you some tips on that. So here we go. Let's say you totally love this card. So you need the Stitch So Sweetly dies and the Tailor Made dies. There's the item numbers and the price. Oh, I didn't put the $sign. That threw me off there. So your total would be $54. So you would earn a celebration item with those two sets of dies. Or Sweet as a Peach, sweet, the whole suite, because you like the designer series paper. You like the stamps and the dies. I didn't use the Sweet as a Peach dies this time, but in the suite you get the mini jars, which are adorable too. So that's $57.25 on page 61. That would earn you a celebration item. Or you need the Pale Papaya ribbon. Now this is starting August 3rd. $7. The Detailed Trio Punch, $20. The Pear Pizzazz, $7.50. The Balmy Blue Cardstock, $8.75. You would have a total to earn another, that's $50.75. And you would earn another celebration item. But let's say you have a few friends over and they all ordered some of this stuff, which these three samples I gave you together would be over $150. So on top of the 3 celebration items, you also get 10% free merchandise from the catalog. So you know that you get hostess awards. So that DSP I've been using for weeks and weeks and weeks, that's one of the items you could choose, plus 3 celebration items, plus all your products. So it's just plus, 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 right? Celebration is a fun time. So that is what I wanted to share with you today. I'm gonna lay these back out. Oh, one more thing. You have beautiful designer series paper already because you've bought Stampin' Up! Product in the past. So I just cut out one a retired one, and I laid it on coordinating cardstock. So this card was portrait style. You could have it landscape and do the same thing, but look how gorgeous this is already going to be. Now, what I do want to point out is, let me do this real quick just so you could see. See, you could do the same thing, and this is the peach set too, and it works with those colors and everything. But beware, because there are some designer series papers that have an orientation that you must use or they'll be upside down. So pick a paper that both sides can be any orientation, and then you don't worry about, oh gosh, I can't use that because now look at all the balloons are upside down or whatever. Am I making sense here? Let's see the peach paper. I see if there's anything that would be upside down. That's one I used. Okay, so these flowers, they are going up and down. So if we cut it wrong or used it wrong, or when you folded it, see, they'd be upside down. So use a paper that, see, these orientations can go anyway. So I just wanted to make that clear because I didn't want you to grab a really pretty piece of designer series paper, cut it up, and then when you opened up your card, you'd see that the pattern is wrong, or you wanted a certain paper on the outside and the pattern is wrong. Okay, so now you know that. That's the only thing you have to watch out for. Send me your address within 1 week, and I will send you the card that you pick. Q&A. Any questions? Ruby had a great one. I've run my dies straight on this paper with no problem. If I cut it out with my trimmer, I would turn it over just to save my blades. If you have any problems with your Stampin' Up! Product, call your demonstrator, the person you ordered it from. If you are a demonstrator, call Stampin' Up! And talk to them about your issue, and I'm sure they'll work it out with you. I don't think I had any other questions, so I will let you go. See you Sunday. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.